in semi-final stage, and of course they are the two Korean pairs that battled out for the World Championship title just over a month ago, and of course the world title was won by the number 7 seeds Go Sung-hyun and Shin Bak-chul. But the first of our semi-finals on court involves the home pair, the World Championship silver medalists from 2013, and of course the silver medalists from the London Olympic Games, Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen. In fact, this Danish men's doubles pair, the only Europeans involved on semi-finals day here at the YONEX Denmark Open. So certainly the home fans will be very much looking forward to this. But first of all, let's have a look at the Destination Dubai men's doubles ranking. And after the Australian Open, lots of movement. In fact, 9 of the 10 pairs we can see there moved places. And of course, Lee and Tsai from Taipei, they moved up 2 places from number 3 after reaching the final in Sydney. And the world number ones, Lee Yong-dae and Yoo Young-sung, of course in Sydney, won their 3rd Super Series title in 3 weeks, having won in Japan, Indonesia and then Australia as well. So they look as if they might be able to go top of the world Destination Dubai rankings should they win this semi-final and perhaps win the final tomorrow. We'll have to calculate that, of course, as well. The only pair that didn't move place was Hashimoto and Hirata from Japan.
On court number 1, men's doubles, please welcome from Korea, world number 1, winner of this year's Indonesian Open and runners-up at the 2014 BWF World Championships, Lee Yong-dae and Yoo Young-sung.
So the public address mentioning that Lee Yong-dae and Yoo Young-sung are the world number ones. They are also, of course, defending champions here.
2014 Indian and Korean Open, Mathias Bo and Carsten.
And they're up against the only Danish involvement here on semi-finals day, the number 3 seeds Mathias Bo and Carsten Mogensen. Danes, a long-term men's doubles partnership. This is their 11th year on the world tour within this pair. Formed their partnership in 2004. My goodness, there's very, very few pairs in world badminton that have kept that sort of longevity. So this is the draw from quarter-final stage onwards, and as you can see, 3 Chinese pairs, 2 Korean pairs. But at semi-final stage, the 2 Koreans remained, and only 1 Chinese. So it's possible we could have a repeat of the World Championship final with the 2 Korean pairs getting through, but for the home fans, they would love to see some Danish involvement tomorrow. I understand it's a sellout for tomorrow anyway for the crowd, but I think that the atmosphere would be even a little more electric if there was Danish involvement in there. But you and I are neutral, so we're not going to...
As much as we can be.
I know, there's a couple of times I do see you twitching when there's a Danish player on court.
Yeah.
So here are the number 1 seeds. The world number 1s became world number 1s on the 14th of August this year. And they're world number 1s for a very good reason, because they have reached the final of every tournament since Lee Yong-dae came back from his suspension. That's 5 consecutive tournaments they've reached the final. And they haven't had many problems, as you can see, on their way through to the semi-final here. Quarter-final yesterday against number 8 seeds Gideon Marcus Fernaldi and Marcus Kido. I don't know if you saw any of that, Morton. Most extraordinary second game. The Koreans had won the first to 10, as you can see. They were 15-3 up in the second, and then they only won it 22-20.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, must have gone off the boil a little, perhaps relaxed a little too much. Koreans 26 and 28 years of age, whereas the Danes here 34 and 31. The left-handed Bo, the older of the two. Now, they spent a total of 62 weeks as world number ones, but as you can see, are now world number threes. In fact, they went down on the Destination Dubai ranking list, down one place to number 7 after they didn't enter the Australian Super Series event. Chinese opponents for the last 2 rounds, and yesterday against Chai Biao and Hong Wei, if you were with us, you would have very much enjoyed that match as much as Morton and I did. I certainly hope you did. 1 hour and 6 minutes for that 3-game victory. So this, the third meeting between these two pairs. The last was in the semi-final of the World Championships, and as you can see, 12 and 18, 2 straight games. So of course that meant that Matthias Bo and Carsten Mogensen won their second consecutive World Championship medal, a bronze medal, having won the silver a year earlier. So we've got the silver and bronze medalists on court for this men's doubles semi-final. So Fabio Vettel of Italy, our umpire, and Ian Ross from England, our service judge. Now, Ian Ross has been particularly sharp all week, hasn't he, with his service judging?
Yes.
And I have to say, I don't disagree with him either.
No, but it will be very interesting to follow, because some of these services are very high. So interested to see whether we get a lot of service faults caught.
Yeah.
Ready?
Well, for this Korean pair, Lee Yong-dae and Yoo Young-sung, this is where it all started a year ago for them as a partnership. This was their first international tournaments on the world stage, and they won it, beating Mohammad Hassan and Hendra Setiawan in the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Lee Yong-dae and Yoo Young-sung, Korea. And on my left, Matthias Bø, Carsten Mogensen, Denmark. Lee Yong-dae to serve to Matthias Bø. Level, play. Service over, 1 low. Service over, 1-all. Service fault.
More service fault called. Here we go.
Service over.
Struck above the waist.
2-1. Service over. 2-all.
Lee Yong-dae, 2 times winner of this Denmark Open title. Of course, he won the title in 2011 playing with Jung Jae-sung. And his partner has also won this Denmark Open with another
3,
partner as well, because in 2012, Yu Young-sung won this title with Shin-Baek Chol.
Who is in the other semi-final.
Yeah.
They have some very good doubles players from Korea, and I must say I was hugely impressed when we were watching the World Championship in August and how they got to the finals and the final they played. I thought that this pair we're seeing now were top favourite to win, but they did not, and it was an awesome match.
Yeah.
And the semi-final match at the World Championship, the one we're almost seeing here now, that was quite convincingly won by the Koreans, 12 and 18, but the Danes were not really close.
No. And if I remember correctly, that World Championship semi-final, I felt the Danes didn't really have enough pressure on their attacking play.
Yeah, they couldn't get through.
No. And of course, the man we're looking at, Lee Yong-dae, we've been singing his praises for many a year. His qualities at the front of the court, the way he looks, hunts the shuttle, his control, his reading of the game.
5-3.
There's good work by Carsten Mogensen at the back. He really was pushed from side to side here, but I think he did well to keep the attack and play good smashes. And then obviously they had the changeover where Mathias Bo got in at the end, and also another good smash. So unfortunate for the Danes, they did not win this one.
Service over, 4-6. Service over, 7-4.
We've talked about this Danish pair many a time, haven't we, Morten? And we've discussed endlessly their strengths and weaknesses. But you just feel in this match, Mathias Bo has got to get forward. He's got to challenge Lee Yong-dae at the front of the court.
Yeah, because otherwise this is happening all the time.
Yeah.
It's a very fine example of it.
4.
And you're right. They have to get into the attacking situation, because otherwise the Koreans they would just run away with it.
Yeah.
Quite simple.
Fly.
Yeah, the fans enjoyed that.
Service over, 5-8.
But it will be very, very hard to win the whole match playing like this.
Exactly.
They won the rally, and hats off for that, and they left it on the baseline and all. But to win the match like this, it's going to be a tall order.
Absolutely.
Oh,
That's a shocking serve, wasn't it?
got away with it.
Service over 9-5.
I was just about to say what a lovely return of serve. It was a nice idea, but it just went too long, didn't it?
Yeah,
Look at the way he held that.
yeah, very well disguised.
Oh dear, look. I think he's come adrift at the back of the court.
Service
A bit dangerous for the players, isn't it?
Service over 6.
Mogensen.
10.
So here's another service fault.
Just over the
I think he's very right. It is very high. Look at this. And it's not pointing in a downwards direction either.
Service over 11-6. Interval.
Well, forced to defend the Danes, and
It would be interesting to hear what they've got to say now.
yeah. So they're 5 points adrift at the mid-game interval.
Prøv, vi er nødt til at have gearet lidt højere op, for ellers så kommer vi ikke hurtigere nok rundt på dem. Og når vi gør det, så står vi fint. Ikke? Og så får vi chancerne. Så på forbanen, der skal vi enten gå efter Jo hele tiden, eller også skal vi have en lille maskering på. Rigtig god variation, du laver i den sidste her bagfra, ikke med at få droppen med. Og så skal vi have svipperne i spil også.
Court 120
nu skal vi op i gear.
Ja, præcis. Vi skal begge to være klar i diffen, for den kommer lidt på kryds nogle gange. Ikke? Kom så her.
서비스 한번 폰트 더 잡으면 가서 얘기 어필하고 그리고 보혜가 포핸드에서 대각선으로 많이 때리잖아. 그럼 우리가 직선으로 올렸을 때 이 볼이 안 넘어가 버리면 모겐센 바로 잘린단 말이야. 넘어갈 볼은 확실하게 키 넘겨주고 네트 앞에서 서비스는 초구 처리 서비스는 애들이 빨리 안 들어오고 그냥 중간에 툭툭 그냥 보고 눌러놓으니까 먼저 붙지 말고 서비스는 조금 물러놓고 초구만 같이 놓치지 말고
It's well put away. What was coach saying there, Morten?
They all three agree that they need to get more pace. It's too slow. So they have to be more active on their feet. They really have to work harder. From the front, they have to try to target Yo. And if they can't do that, then play with a little bit of a disguise. More flick services. And watch out for cross-court attack.
So watch out for the Koreans playing cross-court on their attacking play.
Yes.
Okay.
But the main thing was obviously the pace. They have to step it up.
Yeah. Oh, he was faulted last time he served. See if he takes it down a bit. That one was fine.
Oh, he lost his footing.
Yeah.
Service over 8-12.
Yeah, I hope he didn't just tweak an ankle there.
No,
Was
he's-
just
yeah,
lost his footing.
Yeah, he's okay.
Clever.
Get to that. Come on.
time. That's where your legs, you say to yourself, come on, you know, and just nothing happens.
That's true. There's like no connection from the brain and down. And that's where you are shouting yours. Come on, partner.
That was delightful, wasn't it?
What a shot.
Yep, the frustration is boiling over.
8.
Just as well he caught that racket.
Yeah, well, I think that was good umpiring.
Yeah, just
You
let
know,
it be.
Yeah, let it be. It was nothing.
Yeah.
Service
No
over.
serve is short.
9-14.
Oh, the luck of the net cord. Oh my goodness me.
No, it's okay.
He's okay?
Don't worry.
My heart misses a beat every time I see a player go down. I don't like it.
14.
He's just really trying to get to it. And he's just hitting
Okay.
that screen there. But that's the only way to get it down.
James Blake, tennis player,
Yeah.
broke his neck, hitting his head on the net
10,
post.
14.
Did he?
Yep.
Fly.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good play by Bo.
Service over. 15-10.
Yeah, Matthias Bo really have to start putting it together. You know, the frustration we saw earlier, everything is, he's really got to put it together now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's irritating, isn't it?
That's so good.
Yeah.
Carsten, give it properly. Yeah, thank you.
The umpire telling him to hand the shuttle back properly.
It's in, yeah, it's coming in. There's the drift.
Service over. 11-17.
Yeah, but they're hitting the shuttle down in that rally, Morton. That's what they need to do more of.
Yeah, but it's difficult to get the attack, and that's where the point you mentioned earlier, that one there. Bo have to start taking control of that net in order to get the lifts, and that's the key.
Service over.
Otherwise, they will never get the attack.
Exactly.
18-11. Lead.
They simply just can't get it down. Yeah, that's good. I think that's called in. That's good.
Yeah, I thought it was in too. I think there was a little discussion initially from the Korean, should we challenge?
Yeah.
12.
Decided against it.
Oh, I'm going to sing that again. It looked closer than I had realised.
Lee receiving. Yes.
Oh, the shuttle coming onto court.
13-18.
Oh, no let played.
Want to change?
It was,
Let me see.
that was borderline.
That
I
change,
think
that
the
squeezed.
umpire was very, very close calling it a let.
Yeah.
But because the rally just was the serve and the return and the third
Yeah.
shot, he was debating with himself and decided not to do it.
So good umpiring again.
Yes, I think so.
It's over.
It had no influence at all.
19-13.
He's gone to change his racket.
Yeah, plenty of time, don't worry. He will be there. Lee Yongdae really played it clever.
Very, very clever. In fact, he shouted the instruction, I think,
Yeah.
right, you go now,
He
I've
could
got
play
control.
it. Yeah, he could play it.
Phenomenal. Look, there he is. There's
Yeah.
the signal. Off you go. They've cleared it. I've got time.
Yeah, I can play it.
Unbelievable. So 7 game point opportunities for the world number ones, Lee Yongdae and Yu Young Sung.
Your lead. Okay. No. It's your speed up. Okay. Thank you.
Speed up. That's quite clear. Yeah, better return of serve.
14-20.
Yeah, he's hitting the Yongdae on that right shoulder.
Yeah. Second time of asking. And the number 1 seeds and defending champions, Lee Yongdae and Yu Young Sung. Comfortable opening game, 21-14 in 19 minutes of play.
First game won by Lee Yongdae, Yu Young Sung, 21-14.
Rigtig godt, som vi går på returerne nu. Vi er nødt til at derop. Hvad er det? Ud med det.
Der er ikke noget, jeg er bare frustreret over, at vi kan ikke få den ned på dem, mand.
Nej, men vi slår også, altså... Lav den der cutter ud af, du selv snakkede om på ham. Når vi slår derud, nu har gjort det nogle gange, så får vi en god chance på den næste. Ikke? Der hiver han den bare lige op, og så kan vi komme over på jordstyle.
Vi har jo fået den ned på dem. Det er
Ja.
jo bare fordi, vi spiller alt for passivt i mellemspillet, så vi kommer jo sent på alle boldene der, hvor hvis vi kommer en lille smule hurtigere på dem, så har vi en bedre chance på den næste, og så skal vi nok klappe ned på dem.
Op i den servesituation. Vi skal have svipperne med.
Ja,
Vi har ikke svippet endnu, vel? Altså, begge dele.
Ja.
Masser af svipper her fra start.
Så viser vi lige noget attitude her.
Ja, og så god længde på løftene her. Og så klar på den der højre hoftebog.
우리가 비슷비슷하게 한 개씩 갈 때는 그냥 조금 미치는 게 편하게 가도 괜찮은데 좀 벌어졌을 때 조금 더 타이트하게 거기서 더 마무리하는 거.
Coach Choi Min Ho for Korea. So what was Lazua urging them to do?
It was interesting because Matthias Bo, he was very discouraged. And Lars was saying, okay, come on, get it out, talk, whatever. And Bo said, you know, it's impossible to get it down. We can't get it down. And that means that, you know, he's getting desperate. And they're then talking about playing attacking shots with more angles. But I think that Carsten Mogensen was very right when he said we are too passive in all the in-between play, which means that we always get in a defensive situation. And I think he's right on that. Then it's all down to serve, attack the serve, flick the serve and all that. You know, it's all down to that service situation.
Yeah.
But I actually put a note on my my little piece of paper here from the first game, and I said that On many occasions, I find that Bo is trying to find the easy option out, and that's the sign of desperation.
Yes.
He doesn't know what to do, how to get it down, so he's getting more and more desperate. How can I ever get this one down? And then he's trying to go for these easy options.
Service over. 2-all.
But the Korean pair is solid, isn't it? It's
Very good.
Really good. I'm impressed.
Yeah, good judgment. There it goes long. It's interesting, Morten, you saying about them being solid, because I mean, this time last year when they formed this partnership, and Lee Yong-dae was at the time world #1 with Go Sung-hyun, and you and I talked about this new Korean partnership and what extra it was bringing, and we felt it was a better partnership to have Lee Yong-dae playing with Yu Young-sung, which is why the World Championship final result
is so odd.
Is so odd. It was the most tremendous game.
It was
absolutely brilliant. But we've discussed how solid this Korean pair is defensively, but also what Yu Young-sung brings to the partnership is that ability. We've already seen a couple of times delightful disguise on the overheads and playing the disguise drop. But also he's got something more at the net. He's more decisive when he is at the front of the court.
Yes. He's a really good player. And he adds pace and speed into it as well.
Yeah. It's a nice smash across the body.
Service over. 3-4.
Oh, behind the back. Now that looks spectacular, and I know that was a desperation. He didn't really have much option because he had been committed to his forehand defence. But that's another signal to me that there's desperation in their whole outlook on this game, the Danes.
Yeah, but it comes down to what Lars Ure was saying about, watch out for that cross-court attack, and that's exactly what happened. They went all the way to the sideline, cross-court.
Change the shuttle right after the rally. Don't lose time before the service, okay? Thank you.
Mr. Better is very strict.
Good.
Good.
Service go. Service over. 4-5.
Well, I make that the third time he's been faulted on serve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It is very high.
Service over.
No serve is short.
6-4.
He doesn't miss many of those.
Nope.
Service over. 5-6. Service fault.
Oh, service fault called.
Service over. 7-5.
Oh, yes, he did come high. You could see his left arm coming up as he was about to hit the flick. Well, Carsten Mogensen was having a little discussion there.
He was claiming a double hit that the umpire didn't see. But whether that was right or not is impossible for us to see here.
So it's over. 8-6.
That was interesting.
It was.
Last time he served, he was called a fault on the flick. So what does he do? He does it exactly the same.
That's cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
But I think Matthias Bo had a point when Carsten Mogensen was faulted the first time. He said, "Yeah, but what about the receiver? Because you is moving so quickly now and again on that serve, and that's why he got caught so much on that flick serve." So who made the mistake first? Was that the server or the receiver?
Well, I believe under the rules, if both is called, then it's a let, isn't it? But technically, you can't have hit a fault serve.
No, before if the other one is moving first.
Exactly, because you haven't hit the serve.
Yes. And I think he's got a point because he got so caught on it.
Yeah.
9-all.
That Shuttle's had it.
But this is turning out to be an interesting fight. We needed a follow-up there by Matthias Bo. This is better. He had an opportunity earlier and he was just standing still.
Service over. 10-all.
Another low serve, dropped short. 10-all. It's gone wide, and there's the frustration again. Racket in the air.
Interval.
Prøv at høre, vi har fat i det rigtige nu. Vi skal have de svippere med, begge to. Ikke? Og så i defen er det rigtig godt at stoppe, at få den korte med, ligesom i den sidste der, for så får du også noget at løbe på. Så bare afsted. Ikke? Og vi skal lige de næste 2 offer, skal vi lige have overskud til at slå variationerne, slå den der lige ned på dem, og så få slået nogle cutter. Stejlt, ikke? Så skal vi nok komme igennem. Og så begynder han at tvivle over jo. Ikke?
Så skal vi flytte af i stængerne.
Ja.
Den sidste bold, ikke?
Lige præcis.
Spiller de
Lige
hurtigt,
præcis.
så de chancer med.
Lige præcis. Ikke? Ja. Og så bare den der 5'er ud af med højde. Ikke? De må gerne nå ned til den, men så er der masser af plads til at spille på den næste. Ikke? Kom så, dreng.
Well, as we get an opportunity to listen to the Korean coach, I can tell you that what we noticed earlier about the Odense sign at the back of the court coming loose looks as if that's been removed. Well, yes, part of it has been removed.
11-10.
Have to be redone for tomorrow.
Yep. So 11-10. Now, was there something about a block and move forward?
Yes, there's block and run. Just rush it.
11-all.
Your Danish is good.
It's improving.
It is. And then the flick serve, once again, need to be used, whatever. And then another one there. And then on the attack, use more sliced shots as well.
Play. Play on.
Well, umpire not having any of it, that the shuttle needs to be changed.
He doesn't care.
I think the Koreans have a point, you know. Well,
Service over.
yeah, they are asking to change the shuttle now, and that shows that, because I thought the shuttle was wobbling quite badly, actually.
You can't see that when you look at it. But you have to see when it's in the air flying.
Yeah.
That was a very, very good smash by Carsten Mogensen. Look at this one's coming right in front of Lee Young-dae. And that's one of the things we often discussed about Lee Young-dae, that his defensive stance is very much drawn back.
Too far back.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness me.
They're not winning it.
And again.
They're not winning it.
Twice.
13-all.
The pressure was just too great, but what a defense. Perfect rally. Well played by the Koreans, well defended by Carsten Mogensen.
Yeah, it's a good return of serve.
14-30.
Now, I wonder if the Koreans will stand back slightly to receive serve, because there's been so many flicks coming, especially from Mogensen.
Yeah, he's the best doing it.
But I think they ought to just adjust the receiving position. Unbelievable. Well, there's going to be a challenge here.
Mogensen, challenge, called out.
The Korean raised his arm
Yes,
as
he
the
did.
shuttle was landing, and in my opinion, influenced the line judge.
Yes.
And this is why it is so important and so good that we have Hawkeye.
Yeah, the umpire would never be able to call it.
No, umpire is only allowed to overrule the decision if a clear error has been made.
That's out.
Ooh. Wow.
Challenge unsuccessful. Service over. 14-all. But Mogensen have one challenge remaining. Play.
Please welcome the technical officials on court number 2.
They set up each other so well, don't they, the Koreans?
They do.
14.
That's awesome.
And now,
Play.
court number 2, men's singles. Please welcome from Korea, number 7 in the world, and semi-finalist of this year's YONEX All England, Song Wen-ho.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. It had to come.
16-14.
It had to come, and that's really clever. Very good play by the Koreans here.
But look at Matthias Bo looking immediately towards the service judge, as if to say, well, you're not going to call that?
Yeah.
Umpire is Jens Kuster, and service judge is Nadina Benton.
There's the frustration when the Koreans just keep the shuttle coming back. That's extraordinary defence. Young Sung. It's remarkable because, I mean, you think they're under pressure. Not only do they get it back, but they get it back with interest. It skims over the net. They manage to turn it sometimes. It's incredible.
15-17.
Well, this game is really turning out to be a very, very good game.
Yeah.
It's fantastic to watch, and I hope you are enjoying it as much as we are.
Oh, that was nice. Oh, pity.
Saved it.
It's over.
Yeah.
But missed the next one.
15.
But that save, the first save, this one here is good.
That's wide. Oh, that's called in. There's going to be a challenge here.
Your Lee challenge called in.
I thought that was out, Morton.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I couldn't really see it from here. So we have to rely. That's coming quick. It's just out.
Correction out.
Well spotted, my friend. You got one right.
19-15.
First one all week.
So tomorrow we can safely say, oh, I got one right this week.
16.
Well, it really is now or never as far as the Danes are concerned.
It is.
So does he dare to flick?
Yes,
I think he does. Yep.
So it's over. 20.
Four
Match point.
match point
16.
opportunities.
And that's a lot.
Yep.
When it's in the hands of the Koreans here, that's a lot of match points.
Yeah. Yeah, nicely done. Good variation in pace.
17.
Yeah, I'm bringing in the
20.
slice here. And the half smash.
And here.
So one of the
Thank you.
4 match points has been saved by the Danes.
Play. Lee. Play on. 17-20. Mogensen challenge.
Well, I suppose on match point you might as well challenge. Young-sung just tapping him on the back and saying,
That's okay.
"That's okay. We don't mind waiting.
No.
We don't mind for Hawkeye to confirm."
And he's putting his racket down as well. You know, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah, that's out. Well out.
Challenge unsuccessful. Game.
So the defending champions are through to the final once more. Will Young-sung be able to win 3 consecutive titles here? Well, we'll find out tomorrow, but for the Danes, it's disappointment because the only Europeans left in the tournament here on semi-finals day have now departed.
They've left the building.
Elvis has left the building. Yeah, clearly long. Confirmation of the score, 21-14, 21-17 in 43 minutes.
Vi gør opmærksom på en spændende servekonkurrencer i børneområdet. Dermed og vinde flot præmier fra Badminton Danmark.
So just one more semi-final to come, and it's the second men's doubles, and it's the world champions Go Sung-hyun and Shin Baek-chul against 2 players who are both current Olympic champions. Fu Haifeng, of course, won the Olympic gold medal in London in 2012 with Taeyun, and Jiang Nan won the mixed doubles gold medal with Zhao Yunlei, so teaming up together, and it's no wonder that they've proved to be a very successful partnership. Well, before the men's doubles gets underway, we can have a quick look at the Destination Dubai women's doubles ranking, and as you can see, well, I had it down as